But people and Pokemon get along. Then why do we stage these giant Lego cockfights then? What is this? What is this game? No one makes sense of this. Yo, what is going on, everybody, and welcome to the Hype Train, the show where we talk about all things hype from now to the future. I'm your host, Makai Vega, and today's game we are talking about the newest Pokemon games coming out. Let's Go Eevee and Let's Go Pikachu. Pikachu, Pika, Pika, Pikachu! Now, if you're like me, you're probably wondering, what exactly are these games? Because I remember a really long time ago, around when the Switch first came out, I was hearing about a Pokemon game. A real great big Pokemon game coming exclusively for the Switch that was supposed to be grand and elegant and extravagant. And coming off of the heels of Breath of the Wild and Super Mario Odyssey, I almost wet my pants. Straight liquid on the ground. But then when you see the trailers and the gameplay and stuff like that, it doesn't really look like much of a difference between the DS games and these games. That's right, from the look of it, it looks like a regular Pokemon game. No, another regular Pokemon game? I know, right? But that's what it appears we're getting, but don't lose hope yet, my friends. I never like to be completely pessimistic about these things. But anyway, let's start with the basics. If you never played a Pokemon game, which who is you, man? Whose man is this if you've never played a Pokemon game? Who is you? And why are you watching this video? Why? If you've never played a Pokemon game, it's a basic RPG where you go around catch these little monsters called Pokemons, originally known as Pocket Monsters. You see where they shortened the thing there. And you catch them, and you train them, and you raise them, and you fight with other things. It's basic animal abuse, but it's a great game for children of all ages. And adults, if you're like me. I'm 20 years old and I still play these games. They have been making these games for years, for decades, starting with, Pokemon Red and Pokemon Blue and all of them way back in the day. Matter of fact, the first Pokemon game I've ever played was Pokemon Leaf Green. I was like 5 years old by then, and I didn't quite know what Pokemon was. I'm gonna be honest, it scared the crap out of me. I didn't know what was going on. But then as I got older, I started to love these games. Because you look at the little Pokemon, you look at the things, you go, oh, it's so cute, and then they grow big, and they grow like two big bad boys, and they be like, use Thunder Shock, and you got and all that happens. At some point, you rise up to the ranks, become the very best at Pokemon fighting, and you challenge the Elite Four and eventually become the champion. And that's basically the story to every Pokemon game ever. You'll have like a little side thing there where like people come in and try to hurt Pokemon, but you're like, no, I don't want you to hurt Pokemon because I enjoy hurting Pokemon, but like the legal way instead of the illegal way. We're not gonna go into that. And it's been that way for decades. The Switch comes out, all these great games like Odyssey and Breath of the Wild come out, and you're thinking Pokemon's gonna be the next thing they're gonna revamp to be a console exclusive, and it's gonna be fantastic. It's gonna be a vast open world. You're gonna be able to find and do all this stuff everywhere, and unlike the DS games, you're gonna be able to actually see Pokemon out in the wild and stuff like that. But it doesn't look like that's exactly what we're getting. I mean, we might be getting some of that with cutscenes and whatnot, but I don't think the Pokemon games have advanced that far yet. We'll get there one day, though. One day, I hope we will. But I don't believe it's today. Or November 15th is when the game comes out. But the whole gimmick of this game is that it's called Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee. So there are two main partner Pokemons depending on which game you get, obviously. You get an Eevee or you get a Pikachu. Now you can customize your Eevee, you can customize your Pikachu, you can even do the little hair, put a little curl, put a little Jerry curl in the hair if you want to. And you can customize, you can match clothes, be all stylish and be like, hey, what's up Pikachu? And the entire journey, they travel around either on your head if it's an Eevee or on your shoulder if it's Pikachu, just like Ash Ketchum in the actual show. Oh my god. You gotta be like Ash. For anyone who's played the old games and found HMs to be a hassle to teach to your Pokemon, this game gives all the HMs to your little partner Pokemon, and they do all the moves, and it has no effect on their moves in battle. Speaking of their moves in battle, they can get their own little special moves like Bubble Bounce, or Pikachu has this surf move called Splishy Splash or some They couldn't come up with a better name than Splishy Splash? I am a grown man. And here's another thing about your partner Pokemon. They don't want to evolve. So even if you have a Pikachu, you can't get a Raichu, and even if you have an Eevee, you can't get a Vaporeon. Which, like, the evolution thing is like Eevee's whole point, but whatever. This game takes place in the Kanto region, which is the very first region where Ash comes from, in Pallet Town to Vermilion City to all that. You'll get to see Misty, you get to see Brock, you get to see all those gym leaders that you know and love from the Kanto region, and all the Pokemon from the Kanto region. I don't think there are any Pokemon past that, like any Johto Pokemon or Sinnoh Pokemon or any of those from the other games. But you'll get to see the same Pokemon that are in Leaf Green, Fire Red, yada yada yada. And for all of you wondering, the Go part does signify a relationship with Pokemon Go. Pokemon you catch in Pokemon Go can be linked to your Nintendo Switch and transferred over into the actual game, so you can actually battle things with those Pokemon instead of just going around whipping them and catching them and doing whatever you do in Pokemon Go. I've never actually played Pokemon Go, but that's I think what you do. People get hit by cars playing that game, don't they? Just saying. So besides that, it just looks like a really basic Pokemon game. You run around, you catch Pokemon, you battle gym leaders, you fight Team Rocket or whoever the freak, and you go on about your business. Doesn't really seem like too much of an upgrade from like Omega Ruby or Sun and Moon, but we'll see when it gets here. So with that being said, what's that? It's hype rating time! Pokemon Let's Go Eevee and Let's Go Pikachu gets a 5 out of 10 on the hype rating score. Yeah, right in the middle there. But as far as anything else is concerned, this is just a DS game that's been moved to the Switch. And it's hard to really get hype about that. But with that being said, I'm still going to play it because I have a Switch and I'm a Pokemon fanatic. I'll play it anyway. I'll probably have a good time, but I'm saying it's not going to be a different type of good time to where I'll be really hyped about it. So the official release date of Pokemon Let's Go Eevee and Let's Go Pikachu is November 16th. If you agree or disagree with my hype score, let me know in the comment section down below. Do you think it should be lower? Do you think it should be higher? So then also, why don't you derail into that like button? See what I did there? Because it's a train. So you derail and you that like button. I gotta come up with a better catchphrase for that. So now that it's all said and done, I got a pork chop waiting for me at the house. Hype train, baby.